Last month, I moved into a century-old house on the outskirts of town. It was the kind of place that realtors sell by calling it full of character. Creaky floors, dimly lit hallways, and a basement that smelled like mold and regret. I was told the house had been empty for years, but I didn't ask why. I just wanted an affordable place to live. The basement was a nightmare from the start. Damp concrete walls, a single flickering bulb, and a feeling that you weren't alone. But it was the only place with enough space to store my boxes, so I made peace with its bad vibes. At least, I thought I had until the night I found the door. It started with the noise. A faint scraping sound, like fingernails dragging across wood, woke me up at the 13 a.m. I brushed it off as the house settling until it happened again the next night. And the next, finally, I grabbed a flashlight and headed down to the basement, determined to find the source. The scraping was louder in the basement, coming from behind one of the walls. I followed the sound and noticed something strange. One part of the wall had seams that didn't match the rest, as if it had been patched up hastily. The more I stared at it, the more it looked wrong, like it didn't belong there. I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed a crowbar and started prying at the seams. The drywall gave way easily, revealing a small wooden door about 3 feet high. It had no handle, just a series of strange carvings burned into the wood symbols that looked ancient, almost alive. I felt sick just looking at them, but the scraping sound had stopped, and the silence was worse. I should have left it alone. I should have turned around, walked back upstairs, and sealed that wall forever. But something about the door pulled at me, like it wanted to be opened. I reached out, and the moment my fingers touched the wood, the carvings began to glow. The door creaked open on its own, revealing a pitch-black tunnel that stretched far beyond the boundaries of my house. The air that spilled out smelled of decay and something metallic, like old blood. My flashlight flickered as I aimed it into the darkness, and that's when I saw them. Handprints. Hundreds of them pressed into the walls of the tunnel. They weren't painted or carved, they were scorched into the stone, each one larger than the last, as if something was crawling deeper and deeper. I stepped back, slamming the door shut, but the glow from the carvings seeped through the cracks. Then I heard it, a voice faint and crackling, like it was coming from an old radio. Help me, it's so dark. It wasn't a stranger's voice, it was mine. That was a week ago. The door won't close anymore. Every time I go into the basement, it's slightly ajar, and the tunnel seems darker, deeper. Last night, I heard footsteps heavy, deliberate. Something is coming out of the tunnel, and it knows my name. If you're reading this, don't try to help me. Don't come looking for this house. I think the door was never meant for me. I think it was meant for you.